here.
It is so good to have you here. I know we tried to do this and we couldn't, and and I really do appreciate because it's Ramadan. I appreciate you because it's Ramadan, and even me myself, I have to, guys. If I don't make up today, it's because I have to pick between saying my prayers and doing makeup, and I picked my prayers. So, all right. So, alhamdulillah.
I'm doing like.
Oh, Emma, it's so nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome. So nice to have you here.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, can you please introduce yourself to the people?
Oh, briefly, my name is Bayo. Bayo, the son of Mudashiru.
I like that. So what's the A for? Because
It's Adebayo.
Adebayo.
Adebayo
Okay.
Mudashiru.
All right.
In actual sense, your spouse gave me that
I knew it was the
abbreviation,
one.
Emmy.
I knew it was only Lagos Dragon. It's the one. I know you're popularly known as Emmy.
Yes,
By
and
everybody.
I love it so.
Kudos to Lagos Dragon.
Yeah.
It's so nice to have you here. Thank you so much. If you quickly just tell us what you do, how long you've been in the US, that'll be nice.
Well, back home in Nigeria, I'm a travel consultant. I run a tourism and logistics company in Lagos. But I haven't arrived here in the US. I've been doing social work in the last couple of years. And by the side, I try to do some real estate.
Real estate guru. Hey!
No guru here. We are all still students.
No, you're my mentor. So, to me, you're a guru. Okay, so that's wonderful. So how long have you been in the US?
Yeah, it's 8 years now. Yeah, if I'm right.
That's
But I've been coming here since I think 2010 or thereabouts. But I finally choose to stay in 2016.
I
think
remember
precisely.
Emma, wait, who came first? I came before you, or you came before me? I came before you. I came in January.
You came before me. Came before me.
And
I think you came almost about the same time with my wife.
Yeah.
She came.
No, she came 2015.
Yes.
Yeah, I came 2016. And I remember when you first came, when we all first came, you used to call me very well. Because my husband was not around. You used to call me, how are you? Check up on me.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you just say
no, then Anshi Babokoni. So
yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so and since he's here, he's man enough, to take care of himself. Yeah.
I know. Okay, so what made you decide? Because you said your wife came before you. So what made you decide to actually pull the plug and say, you know what, I'm just gonna stay, even though you've been coming for holiday?
Yeah, I think number one, family. And I'm the least person that would want to stay back abroad. Like before settling down here, I've traveled about 12 countries, like 5 continents, but it wasn't appealing to me to stay. I'd rather go spend my 2-3 weeks and I'm back home. So when I choose to stay, it's primarily because of my kids. My wife and the kids are here, and it's become boring back home. So that was the primary reason anyway. That was the primary reason. Maybe some other things, but I can't remember. But that was the primary reason. Like, I have to be with my family. And I could remember in 2015 when I came to visit them, like we almost have a similar scenario. They came without me. I was supposed to come with them in 2015, but then I think I came back from a trip in Dubai then, and I had an accident. So I couldn't come with them. So they had to come alone. So I think a couple of months thereafter, I had to come and see them in 2015. I think November 2015. Then I also have an event to attend. Most often I go to attend seminars, conferences. So I have an event to attend in Baltimore. So I came to spend 3 weeks with them. That was the plan. But
Okay.
when it was in December and they said, oh, please, won't you stay and, stay
Celebrate
Christmas,
the yeah.
New Year with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like trying to change my flight ticket and I couldn't get anything good until mid-January. And that was the first time I would stay 2 months outside of Nigeria.
Oh wow.
It's always been 2-3
Oh
weeks.
wow.
So I had to stay back then, Christmas, New Year, and thereafter I said, okay, let me go. Upon returning back to Nigeria, then I wasn't finding it easy anymore.
Easy at
Like,
all.
yeah, no, not at all. Like you come back from work, you are just the only person at home. It's becoming boring. The number two aspect of it is then we have Bubu, Fair Buhari. So Buhari came on board and things began to we passed through the same thing. Like they were here. The only little way I could support them then was to make sure I pay their house rent. And
Yep.
some of my friends would think maybe it's something fun. They say, oh, your family
It
is.
wasn't.
I said it's not fun because I think I
You have to
remember
convert from
then
naira
the,
to
the,
dollars.
the rent we used to pay every 23rd of the month. And whenever that date is knocking, like you're thinking of how to change naira to pay for rent in the US. So
yeah,
we were
I
managing
know.
that. But at a point, it's becoming tough on me because of the kids. Like
Okay.
I couldn't do without them. Like I'm missing like half of me. Like the family is no longer there. So and Yoruba used to say tabati tori shujepo to titori epo jeshu. Like okay,
Yes. You
even
have to
if
do
it's
something for
really not
something,
appealing
yeah.
to me, but because the kids are there, like let me just go and join them wherever it takes. Like we're gonna survive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good story. I like that. Family first, as somebody said. So how was the transition, being like your own boss and then coming here and then you had to start from scratch or
Yeah.
work for people. How's it been? How was it then?
Well, alhamdulillah, it wasn't easy at the initial stage, but it's seen one has prepared its mind for like I knew it was going to be that way. But like the first couple of months when I came here, I was still feeding on the naira.
Okay.
Because my business is still running in Lagos, so I'm still earning from Lagos to sustain myself here, at least for the first 1 year. So that may be a tough decision for some people that, if you don't have something that can really like give you something in the meantime. But I was getting, the worst thing is whatever you're getting from Nigeria, by the time you exchange it,
It's
it becomes nothing.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it becomes nothing. So
But it's
we were
better
still
than
coping with
now.
that.
I can imagine if it was now that you were doing that.
It's still the same thing.
You think?
If you factor in the inflation rate, it's
Okay.
still the same thing.
It's crazy.
It's still the same thing. When I left, then I know they used to sell a loaf of bread. This bread I used to buy at Silver Bed, it's 250 naira.
Yeah.
Today, I think it's like 2,000 naira. So if you
Ridiculous.
factor in that inflation, it's still more or less the same thing.
It's ridiculous, honestly. It's crazy.
It's
I'm just
don't
gonna
let us
keep
go into
pause
that.
and yeah, let's not go there. I'm gonna read what people said. So past Coca store says yes, preparing your mind. You have to prepare your mind before you come here. Lagos Dragon says making money in naira and spending in US dollars is a proper improper fraction. I agree. And then Shukwa Shesi says for the love of the family. Good job. All right, guys, let's continue. Let me ask you the next question. So tell us what the challenges was. I know you've been here 8 years, you've normalized you're like, I call you mayor or mayor of peace. That's what I call you now. But like if you can think back to how it was like, the challenges you faced then, aside the financial one that you discussed, sending money from naira to dollars? What else was like a major challenge as a new immigrant?
To be candid, to me, I wouldn't say I have much of a challenge.
Was this because
I would rather
your
call
family
it
came first?
yes. And it's not as if because they are here before me or whatever, but you know, God is good for me to me. Like I didn't really have much of challenge, and like I used to say to so many people, like I, I have walked my way solely and independently. Like the kind of people you try to want to leverage on when you get into the system, I I would say I don't have anything of such. You know, the normal norm when you come in and you have a couple of friends that have been around that you feel like I've caught on one or two persons, it's like story. I don't judge people. They have their reasons. They have their reasons, so I don't judge people. If they can assist me, they would. If they can't, they can't. Even if they have the means to do it and they don't want to do it,
That's
God
okay.
doesn't want me to like. So I don't really hold on to people on things like that. And it has worked for me in so many ways. I don't force things. If I feel you should do this thing for me and one way or the other you feel reluctant or you are unable to, I just accept it. Oh, Allah, that's the way God wanted it to be. So I move on. So personally, my teaching moment was just my first year. Just my first year. And it wasn't more. The only problem I would say it's like I was somehow, have nothing much to do. And I wasn't idle, so to say. Like I was busy. Like I was running my Lagos office for that 1 year.
Okay.
So I'm,
Okay.
I'm always engaged.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm idle. I don't have anything doing here. Everything I was doing in my first year was still running the Lagos office.
And taking
So,
care of
but
the
while
kids
I was
here.
here, I tried to involve myself in so many things, like doing some volunteer job, doing some things.
Okay.
And when I came, like it's like a personal vow within myself and my God. Like, oh, my wife had come in some few months before me. She got some kind of assistance from one or two persons, and I kind of take that vow. Like, look, in every little way I can help anybody that is coming into the system new, I'm not going to say no. And
I like that.
that has been my guiding principle. That has been what has been pushing me. And I don't hold back when it comes to like doing whatever that is not going to take my life. I don't hold back.
And
I could remember when I
yeah.
was new here, during my first year, I still have a couple of friends that came around. I'll go almost everywhere until I was doing all sorts of things for them. And I realized people that I met on ground, people that have been here for 10, 20 years, they won't do anything of such. In fact, at times,
Why do you think they do that? Why is that?
I don't know. Then I really don't understand it. But maybe now I have a clearer understanding of why they do. Like if you've done something before and you burnt your fingers, you don't want to try it again. I'm a stubborn person. I don't mind burning it all the time. I'll still continue. That's the way I am built. So I at that particular point in time, I couldn't really figure it out. Why is it that people don't want to help? Now, there is an uncle to my wife, because ordinarily we would have settled in the city. We are in upstate New York,
Okay.
right? Would have been somewhere around Bronx. But there is this uncle of my wife that is here in upstate. And because my wife is coming, I'm not coming with her. So she wants to be around our people.
Normal.
So,
That's what I do
and
too.
that person to me, I'll continue forever be, grateful to him, though he has his own shortcomings then. But everything turns out to be blessing. I also have a friend in the city in Bronx that told me, like, look, Bayo, before you allow your wife to come here,
Mm-hmm.
let her learn a trade. Let her learn a trade. By so doing, she's never going to be idle. So as soon as she made up her mind, initially when they choose to come here, I said, I'm not coming to you. I will stay back home. I'm not coming to stay.
Okay.
And she said something. She said, well, you'll be coming to visit us. I said, oh, that's the least thing I can do for my family. So that made everything. It makes it a seamless way for like, okay, you guys can go. I'll be coming to check on you. So this friend of mine particularly warned me that I should allow them learn a trade. So, and you won't be, that is what she has. She never worked for, okay, she worked briefly for somebody.
But
And
was
after,
still the trade. I know that.
yeah, so it's,
Shout out to
yeah,
Nikki Candy.
yeah. So she's there, she's saying
She's
that.
there.
So, yeah. So, and that has been the saving grace. Saving grace in the sense that, I think she started doing something for herself the second week she got here. So, and she did that for a while, maybe for a year, or we had Amira 2018, right?
I think it was for a year. Yeah, there.
Yeah, for a year
After,
or so.
yeah.
So when we had Amira, we said, look, you're not going back to that. We are going to set up. She was scared. Maybe because of my own entrepreneur mind. So she has reservations that, oh, my boss has, what if we don't get customers? What if we don't? I said, no, forget about it. This is digital age. Whatever your boss is doing, you can do the same thing, if not better.
Okay.
So when we had Amira in 2018, we said, look, that is it. Like, we're going to set up. And since she has started her own business, it's like, alhamdulillah, because there is no cost to regress. And I said to myself when we were trying, like, look, in as much as this business is going to, pay itself, I'm okay. If the business can pay its bill, that's good. And alhamdulillah, I have never had cause to come and, support from my own purse. But
so,
my mind was prepared towards that, like, look, if it means helping you through the early stage, I would, right? But there had never been any reason for that.
Okay. Thank God. So guys, if there's anything we're learning now, is go learn a trade. Go learn a trade. I particularly happen to know her, and I know she's very hardworking. Yes, she's very hardworking, but I also know that the fact that she learned that trade really helped a lot. She has this huge store in upstate New York, and it's amazing. Really, truly, I'm proud of her, and I give you your flowers because I know you help people a lot when they come in. So shout out to you for that. I really appreciate all that you've been doing, because you've helped members of my family as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We are families, so even people I don't know, like, and it's me, like, I don't just look at families. If I see anybody around me and I know this thing may be of interest, or I don't hesitate to, like, call their attention to it. So, and that's the way I've been doing my things. Like, I have more of friends here than even my own family. So I'm not somebody that is just attached to family and I'll close. No. I don't do that.
That's probably why God has been blessing you, because in you trying to look out for other people, it's opening your eyes to things, which is good. Yeah. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Of course, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Like, I would say I was doing some things then that some people think maybe, oh, it's like you are not busy, you don't have anything doing. Like, how could you be doing this? But those things that I was doing, I was also building interest in it. Building interest in, I was, going about settling people. And, when you try doing something repeatedly, you become a master.
True.
So I was going about, getting people houses, people that are coming newly, getting them, settling their case in the system and stuff like that. I was becoming a master of that process day in, day out. Now, if I say my side also is real estate, that started from that.
You helping
Because
people.
at the early stage, like I've worked with so many landlords around, like trying to work with tenants with them, like because nobody's going to give house to a newcomer.
That doesn't have a
So
social, social,
they don't have anything, they don't have credit to run, they don't have,
yeah.
so why doing all that? Like I was also learning something that okay, you have to do this for yourself. So that was where the interest for real estate come, and I come to realize that look, me, I don't even want to do anything else in this country outside of real estate.
Smart.
And mind you, the real estate in question, it's the flippers, not those ones that shows you house or
Not the
whatever.
real
No,
estate
that
agents, the
no no
investors.
no no, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay, so Maroon Orchard says our own mayor of Poughkeepsie. And then
Starboy.
Shukwashesi says creativity is the way to go. When I was talking about the hair thing, Maroon Orchard also says shout out to Olori and Nikki Candy. So that's nice. I think we have people that we know here. Guys, hi. Okay, so another question. What do you miss most about your own country? What do you miss most about Nigeria?
What do I really miss much? Honestly, I can't pinpoint, but it's never going to be like Lagos. It's never going to be like Lagos. But if I had to miss anything, it's going to be that, how do I put it? Those unpleasant things that has become a way of life to us. Yes.
The struggles,
Yes.
the
Those
the
struggles,
hustle,
yes,
the
which has become a way of
craziness,
life. We have seen it as a normal norm. So if I'm missing anything, I think that's
the
it. It becomes
craziness,
a normal.
the
Now you
downfall
can you can you can
drivers.
you can imagine if you're talking to people in Nigeria now with present realities of what is going on, they will still be telling, oh, don't worry, we'll survive it. Oh,
Yeah,
we've seen the worst
they will
before.
still
Like,
go for a
yes,
party, even if
yeah.
there's anything.
So,
They'll still attend party.
and that's what I'm missing. Like, people are used to the rough part.
They've normalized it.
They've normalized that rough part. It becomes like a normal thing.
Second nature.
So that's what I'm going to miss. I could remember vividly during COVID, I was discussing with a friend. I said, and I told him, I said, look, it's like I'm planning coming to Lagos probably during summer. And the guy said, that was during COVID. He said, look, Bayo, Kilombo Washi, what are you coming to do? Like, I said, I just want to. He said, what are you coming to do? The guy now painted a scenario.
Okay.
He painted a scenario. He said, look, let me tell you this. If you come to Lagos, let's assume, okay, you are camped in Lekki and you have businesses to do on the mainland. You have to come to
Okay.
Surulere. You have to come to Mail. Like, the guy said, look, if you are ahead in traffic today for 2 hours, like, probably maybe you just wave it that, okay, but if it happens to you consistently during same week, you begin to lose your sanity
Let me
because I'm
tell
sure.
you, Emmy. Let me tell you. I went to Lagos in January, and I can tell you how many times I cried out of frustration
So
because I would want to go to a factory in Lekki and we'll spend 2 hours.
you see,
And my own factory is in Surulere. And we'll have to go and then come back. And I'm like, what kind of life is this? I
that's
just
it.
couldn't fathom. And this was where I grew up. I
Mm-hmm.
was born, bred, buttered in Lagos. But I think having to leave and then come back and then go through that, my body
No, no, no,
really
no.
couldn't take it.
It can't because now
It
I
was
can't remember the
crazy.
last time. I can't remember the last time that I had to go walk. If I have to drive 20 minutes, my 20 minutes is
It's
20 minutes.
20. It's
My 20.
20.
So now
It's
you have
crazy.
to like be stuck in the traffic for 2, 3 hours. today, tomorrow, and the guy said that thing. I haven't painted that scenario, and I begin to imagine some other things like, okay, you have to deal with electricity, like you have to run gen. If even when you power your gen, the noise, the pollution. So I begin to also think at all these things. I said, look, man, you
MA,
well, you just have,
I
but
can
then
tell
it's
you
not really worth
firsthand,
it.
it's not worth it. It's
Yeah,
just because, we all love our country, kind of. Like my
that
own
is it.
production factory is in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
and we run gen every day. Every day. When the gas, electricity, petrol, when the petrol price went up,
Petrol, Lagos,
petrol,
Lagos land,
yes,
yeah,
we
gas.
changed it from the generator, we changed it from petrol to gas. I'm telling you, Nigerians, I like Nigerians, but it's just
Yeah.
crazy. Just
Yeah,
keep
that's
things
what they're
going.
using now. They're using gas now. Yeah.
So now we buy
They
gas.
are even trying to
Then
use gas to power vehicle now.
gas is now
Yeah.
expensive too. And then
That's the biggest problem now.
I have a headache. Let me tell you, it's an ongoing daily headache every day because my factory is still in Nigeria and it's just a mess. We run on that generator every day. And I don't know when it's going to get better. And this is me 8 years in America and it doesn't seem to be working well. So
It go better. It go better.
that's our slogan. It go
It
better.
go better.
Amen. One day. I'm not going to complain today about Nigeria because Lagos
Mm-hmm.
Dragons probably watching and say you started
Mm-hmm.
again. So I'm not. Positive vibes for Nigeria. So
Mm-hmm.
um. So one thing, what do you think about raising kids here versus when they were in Nigeria? What do you think?
It's two different climb. It's I think to me what I would advise anyone is, and that was part of my initial fear,
Mm-hmm.
like coming over here. Like I said, I I run a tourism company and I have a whole lot of clients.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always a pleasant
Mm-hmm.
experience hearing from them whenever they relocate their family abroad. It's not always a pleasant experience. So that phobia is there for me
Okay.
initially.
What do they complain about?
It's like, like it's always easy for the families to go separate.
Mm-hmm.
Once you move here, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's so easy for that to happen. So that
Mm-hmm.
phobia is always there for me. I always know that fear.
Mm-hmm.
So, but raising kids, yeah, it's good. But then you are lucky. Alaja is there to give all necessary support. You are lucky. But to me, it's very okay. Yeah. The most important thing is you have to create that time for them. You have
Yeah.
to, no matter what. I know most people tries to run, the checks, but you have to balance both. You
Mm-hmm.
have to balance both. And part of the thing that also worked for me, and
Mm-hmm.
I've also like tried to talk people over this,
Mm-hmm.
like if both
Mm-hmm.
spouses are on paycheck,
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing good.
Hmm.
It's nothing good. And that was why I said to my, like, when she had me, I was like, look, you're not going back there. Like, you're going to run your own business
Hmm.
so that you can have all the time
To
for the
for the
kids. Now,
kids. Fantastic.
you talk about a store. It's a 2,400 square feet, and we actually plan to like have a play area behind it. So, because as soon as I'm picking up the kids from school, they goes
You're
there
dropping
and they'll be with
them.
their
Mm-hmm.
mom and they come back home together. So that's there. So if we are able to set, if the woman is not doing a W2, let me put it that way now. I think the woman will have to step down for the man. If they have something doing that will give them all the time that they need for those kids, it's better. So that helps me. Okay, my kids are always with their mom and they're always with me. Anytime I'm home, I take over. But if we don't have that kind of arrangement, I may not be able to say anything good about raising kids here. The system here is good, not perfect. It's good, but not perfect. No,
Mm.
there is no perfect system in the world.
Mm.
It's a little bit, things work here.
Mm.
Unlike in our own climb,
Yeah,
things
I mean, you
actually
pay
so what
taxes and you see what you pay your taxes for.
yes.
You know.
And once in a while my kids will ask me some question that I dare not ask my mom. And
Don't we
at
all know
times,
that?
yes, at times I look at them when they do some stuffs, I'll look at them and shake my
You
head
shake your
and
head. You
yes,
shake
I
your
say
head. Like if I knock your head.
so my son, like once, you know, challenged me on this and said he did something and I was like, no, my mom would never allow me to do that. He said, oh, your mom must be mean. I said,
Oh
your
my
mom must be.
God.
How could she do that? Like, I was just looking at him. And, because this is the system where they find themselves like, like this too much freedom, I don't fancy it. This too much freedom, I've seen it's messing up so many people's life here.
True.
Too much freedom is messing up people's life,
True.
but what can we do?
True.
So raising kids, if both parents, I know some people wants to do it, but the condition with which they
What
find
if
themselves.
okay, let's paint this scenario. What if the wife, because now it's your wife, but imagine if would you be comfortable staying home doing your business and she drops the kids with you? Because I think Lagos Dragon asked that question.
I was doing that in my first year.
Oh yeah,
I was
yeah.
in my first year, yeah, I was doing that.
Okay,
So,
all right.
so I was
So I was.
responsible. They have
Would
to
you
deal
do
with me
that for
everything. So
years? Your wife has done it for like 7 years now. Would you want to do that?
why not? Why? And it's very soon, very soon, very soon. It may revert back to
Mm,
that. Very
okay.
soon, it's like yeah, because I love having my space, doing my own stuffs at home and things like that. So by the time I remodel
Mm,
myself, it's definitely going to be like that.
mm.
I will be home with the kids.
Okay. Question before I answer people's stuff. What do you think? Would you think that it would be wise to have two business owners in a family or two entrepreneurs? I ask this question because I know some people are entrepreneurial.
That's that.
Fantastic.
That's the
It's
best way to
scary.
go.
It's scary. I have
It
to
is.
tell you,
It
it's scary.
is. It is. I said something earlier. I said 6 years ago when my wife wanted to start her business, that was the fear. And take this from me, right? Whoever is hustling in Lagos,
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect that person to come here and be a W2 person.
Don't say that, me. Yeah, talk to me
I
direct.
I
don't
don't expect
don't
if
don't go
see
around the corner.
look
Talk to me
look
direct.
look at it. You are running a business in an environment whereby you have to provide everything yourself and you are making it work. Now you are coming to a system that simplifies everything for you. What are you asking for? I used to tell people like, forget it. If you be big time hustler for Lagos, you are going to make it big here. You are going to, but I know most people always knows that fear of starting something on their
Scary.
own.
It's scary.
This is not where you have to be afraid of anything. Now let me tell you how good this system is. Where we come from,
Mm-hmm.
it's never a good thing that you try to lay your hand on something and that thing eventually doesn't work.
True.
People people
People
people will see you
with
as a
yeah.
failure, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
True.
the system will still give you a thumbs up. I'm being frank
True.
with you.
True.
Like the system will still give you that at least
You
you tried. Because
tried.
yeah, what I've seen is this system wants everybody to try something.
Yeah.
And the
True.
system is always there to support you.
Hmm.
You've got all the
True.
support
You can
in
file
every
bankruptcy and all that. Yeah.
whatever business you plan to do here, the system will support you.
True.
It's
I
just
agree.
about getting the right information, talking to the right people. You have every support system here.
And not
Unlike
to be
Nigeria,
scared.
you don't have any. People shouldn't be nursing any fear of starting something here. And you can nurse that fear, say, okay, I don't want to leave what I'm doing presently, right? You may still hold on to that but start something by the side and see how it runs out. If you don't, and I wouldn't even advise anyone to just, oh, let go whatever your W2 job and start something afresh. No, I won't. But keep your job W2, but don't let that derail your ambitions. If you have things that you want to do, please go ahead and do it.
Okay, you guys have heard from the entrepreneurial Bay of Poughkeepsie. Don't be scared. Go to say, I feel like you're talking to me because I'm still doing my W2. I mean, I'm still doing it, but then I'm still doing my business. I feel
Sure.
like I can run both. I feel like I can run both, and that's why I'm still doing it. But I also know that there will come a time whereby I would have to face business squarely, like I was doing in Nigeria. So,
No,
and
that's
it's
that that
sooner.
that that's that's the right way to go.
Yeah, it's sooner than later. So
Yeah.
let me read what people are saying. Shukoshesi says not really good for portfolio management. I don't know what he's talking about there. Shukoshesi also says win-lose situation. Lagos Dragon says grammar catching. I really don't understand. I think we lost people on that. But it does say good points, Lagos Dragon. And Ganiya says it is better in Nigeria. You could employ a maid in Nigeria. I think she's trying to talk about is it better here than there? Raising kids. On that note, I don't know about that. I was still telling Lagos Dragon today about how I had a maid when Farid, my son, was a baby. And I would go to my store. And do you know that she used to eat my son's food? And then what she
That
jail,
that is
and the point was she
that is
adding weight.
workshop. That is workshop.
And she would eat Farid's food, the cereal, the milk. This one was just adding weight. I actually saw her some years back when I went. I said, I almost even touch you because of that. But I'm like, you finished that food. But it is what it is. So on that, I don't know about the maid situation. Lagos Dragon says, I was referring to when he said his mom was mean. When your son said, oh, your mom must be mean. So Lagos Dragon was talking about if grandma catch you. Anyway, let me ask another question. Have you been able to adjust to the language barrier that, did you hear them when they came? Do you hear them now still?
I'm the least person that will adjust. Like I don't form it, and I can't form it. I don't see myself doing that. So I know there is always this challenge at times when you're talking to people, and most people here are illiterate, but they think they know it all. They think they know it all. So at times I look at them, I say, look, I'm not speaking French. Good, my accent may be strong, but then I'm not speaking French. The way you find my accent strong, that's the way your accent is strong in my ears too.
I like that.
It's vice versa. I tried, to listen to you, to grab whatever you are saying to me. So you should also like.
Try to
So to me,
listen.
I don't think that is going to happen. It's never going to happen. I can't twist my tongue. I can't do anything of that. And
I
that's
think
it.
you came in too late. That's why you've grown in Africa. All
I
your
have
body is
friends.
African.
Everything is formed already. So I have friends that still tries to do that, but me,
Did
I
they
don't think I can.
sound funny when they try to do that? Did they sound funny?
They sound funny to me because the whole Adagbajera fool I can't do it. I can't do it. So
Lagos Dragon says the accent thing is a real struggle. Just when I thought I'm good, I discovered original DC accent. Now I'm struggling to understand people again. Just keep telling them, come again, say what, say what, say what. I'm
no,
telling you.
not me.
And then you will call something and they'll be like, huh? Huh? And then they'll repeat what you said. Let me tell you, I have a friend. I think one day she said, I said something. And they said, huh? What did you say? Huh? What did you say? And I said, I called this thing. Now she said, oh, you mean this? I said, but what you said is exactly what I said. She
That's
said,
it.
no, you dragged your own. I'm like, what do you mean? But, I think one thing that makes me laugh is when they can't even pronounce your name. The easiest thing to do is syllables. Break it down. I mean, is that not what they taught us in school? Break
That
syllables
is
down,
it.
call the name. Till date,
No,
everybody at work, they call me Buseyo. I've given up. Moti correct one, I've corrected them. It's Busa. Say for apple. No, it's still Buseyo. So I've given up.
I don't
Continue to
tend to
call Buseyo.
correct anyone.
If I want
Like, okay,
to answer, I'll
my
answer you.
first name is Mutiu, and commonly here they call you by your first name. So some people, I have so many people calling me Matt. Whatever it's okay for you, it is. Some call me Matt. Whatever it's okay. As soon as you pronounce something, I say that's it. I don't drag it. Like
No, I used to drag it.
we move
I used
on.
to drag it. I
I don't
used to
have
be
time for
like,
that.
I'll be like, say boo, boo, say sa yo, boo,
Uh,
sa yo. Every time I used to drag it, but now I think I'm like, that's your business.
I
Like,
don't know.
don't get it. That's on you.
Anyhow they pronounce it, that's it. You got it.
You
You got
collect it.
it. Yes,
Mr.
that's it.
Matt. Mr.
I
Matt.
move on.
Okay. So I know to you, I was gonna ask you, did you feel that you went down the class system when you relocated? But I don't think you did. I think you were prepared for when you came.
Very, very, very prepared.
So
Very
I'm
prepared. And same
learning that,
thing.
if you come prepared, it makes the transitioning better.
Yes.
What was the first
Yes.
thing you got when you got here? Did you get, was it a car or a house?
Before coming here, I said I came in 2015 to see them, stay some few weeks, and scanning through the environment. It depends on what part of New York you are. If you are in the city, if you are in Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, like, there is transportation network, bus train network there. It's perfect. But outside of the 5 boroughs of New York, called New York City, if you are outside, you have to be driving. So when I came in 2015 and I said, look, if I'm coming back here, the first thing is to get a car because I must be able to, I don't care how that car looks like, as far as it can take me from point A to B.
Tell me your first car. What was it?
It was, what do they call it? Chrysler. It's minivan. It's a minivan,
Oh, okay,
like the
because
normal
yeah.
minivan for family. So it's a minivan.
Uh-huh.
And I think somebody was selling like 2 blocks away from our house then.
Oh, fantastic.
So I said, oh, let me just grab this. I got it registered. And it was doing more for me. It was doing more of the basic thing I bought it for because it has enough space. So
Uh-huh.
I could use it to do a whole lot of things.
Okay.
Now, Expo. Then I told you I was still doing my Nigerian whatever at home. So
Mm-hmm.
again, once in a while, I use it to like run the airport. My place to the airport is like 2 hours drive. So anybody going to the airport will give you then I think $150.
Oh, that's cool car.
Yes. So like at the mosque, there are some taxi guys in the mosque like that. So I have a couple of people like airport, quickly.
Let's go.
So at times, and then my wife must not know that I've run to the airport. So I went to be sure I'm back home before she's back.
I like that. Lagos Dragon says jalopy. I don't think the car was it jalopy. Was it a jalopy?
No. It's a minivan.
It was a minivan, okay. But
Mm.
compared to what you're driving now, it's a jalopy now. Like,
Ah. But it's there stages in life that you have to pass through. So, but to your question, I think it depends on where you are. Like I've just painted a scenario for most people living in New York City. Even if you have a car, you don't have a place to park.
I'm telling you,
So
New York is crazy like
that's
that.
so now if you have a car there, it's nothing good
It's
to
a
write home
headache.
about.
Yeah,
It's a headache. So, but outside of areas like that, you want to need a car
you
to be
do.
able to do anything you need to do.
You do. Yeah. I didn't get my car early. I think it took me 1.5 years to get a car because I just didn't even know where to get it. But I know that I think for one solid year, I was Ubering. I was always doing Uber. Yeah.
In fact, the
Because
very first time I think I used Uber here was I think like 2-3 years ago. I was in California to watch Nigeria's match. Nigeria played a friendly with Mexico, so I had to fly down to. That's another story. To fly down to California to watch that game. So that was the first time I used Uber. That was the first and only time I've used Uber here.
Oh yeah. I no, I'm their customer. Oh, I used to be their customer. Okay. So share one thing that made you, since you came here, something that really pained you. Like you're like, ah, God, this America. Do you have any story like that? And share one thing that was like, oh man, I'm so glad I'm in America.
Yeah, I think me, no negativity. I must be sincere with you. I can't remember the way I'm built.
I think men are
Before
built
something,
different. You don't
before
remember, you don't
something,
remember
before I will
anything.
have that kind of feeling, maybe the thing is taking my life. So I don't see more of that. But
You guys are
the good thing is,
built different.
the good
Me, I
thing
can tell you
is,
10 right
like,
now.
since I told you I've been coming here since 2010. So I'll stay 2, 3 weeks and back. And friends will be telling me, and that's is even what prompted every other thing. Like, oh, stay behind, stay behind. I said, no. There is this particular lady. She used to be in Houston then. She has moved to Canada now. She was the person that was literally on me. And she said to me, she said, look, Bayo, if this place is not appealing to you,
Mm-hmm.
please allow your kids.
Hmm.
That if it's not appealing to you, allow your kids. And
Hmm.
the good thing about it all is, in relation to your question,
Mm-hmm.
there had never been any ugly
Hmm.
moment in the last 8 years. To me, there had never
Fantastic.
been any ugly
It's been
moment.
good.
It's
It's been good.
been good, 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 good all the way. The
Now,
regret
do
is,
you
the
wish?
regret I used to
Yeah.
tell myself is, oh,
You wish you came
they've been
earlier?
begging me to stay all this while, and I
Oh
why
yeah.
didn't I? So that's the regret. And I
Yeah.
keep on telling
Yeah.
people, in the last couple of years, I've been telling whoever that have the means, like, just find your way. If you have the means,
Hmm.
find your way. That's
Yeah.
it.
That was gonna be my next question. That do you wish you had come earlier?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
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 But we so much believe in Nigeria. We have dreams. We have projects at hand. We have things that we are nurturing, that we felt one day it's going to blossom.
Hmm.
And the unfortunate thing is, in most cases, like, man, dreams get shattered away in Nigeria. Like, Nigeria
With
has
testing.
killed so many dreams.
Yes. With testing.
May Nigeria never happen to you.
Amen.
Nigeria has killed so many. We were doing stuff like, I was like trying to get a franchise for a particular global distribution in 2012 up to like 2014. So he tried, like, this, and I mean it. Let me just put it in quotes. Like, the former bank executive, they messed up the banking system, that I think not until Sanusi came to, like, clean up the whole place. They messed up the system, and in the long run, they messed up life of so many entrepreneurs. Like, because you couldn't even get anything from the banks because some people have messed up the system.
I feel you.
I was I've been pursuing that global distribution system for Nigeria for like a couple of years, and even when they were ready to give it to me, they expected me to, like, give some financial commitment because I'll be running the Nigerian office. But we couldn't get even just bank guarantee. Tony
Hmm.
was aware of this.
Hmm.
We tried so many, we're not asking for money out, and we are ready to secure that bank guarantee with collateral.
Hmm.
But because they messed up the banking system, then we couldn't get anything done. Those are the things that, if you have here in the
Hmm.
US,
Hmm.
boom, straightforward, the banks are lined up to throw the money at you.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
I
attended
get.
an event in 2013 in Dubai. My
Mm-hmm.
company was the only sponsored company from Nigeria. We were just two from
Oh
Africa. Merit Global
wow.
from Nigeria and one other South African company.
Company.
At that event in Dubai that
Mm-hmm.
year, I told you I run a tourism company. Their NTDC, Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation, they were also present. And
Mm-hmm.
somebody from that government stand came
Mm-hmm.
and rubbished me at the floor of the exhibition, despite the fact that my company was the only company sponsored from Nigeria. I didn't
That's
attend
terrible.
that event from my own. The organizers paid my flight, everything,
Wow.
just to organizations from Africa. It's they call it Arabian Travel Market. It's an annual event. We used to have the London version, World Tourism Market, WTM London. So the Arabian Travel Market is being held in Dubai. So for that year, I was the only from Nigeria. But I was shocked when people that were supposed to be projecting Nigeria's image were the one messing up the whole thing. So, and I knew they came to attend that event just for Esther code. It's not as if they are promoting Nigeria. They're not promoting anything. I know how they will lobby the bosses, the ministers to attend so that they can get Esther code. But for private enterprise that have come to project Nigerian destination, you are messing up that organization.
It is what it is.
So
It's sad.
the Nigeria never happened to any of us. And the same thing happened. This guy, there is this young chap that is given Minister of Digital Economy or whatever, Mosun. Nigeria almost happened to that guy. If you know, when he was going through the interview process, when he was nominated, some senators were trying to block him simply because he said some things in the past. And
I'm not
he said
surprised.
that out of frustration when Nigeria was happening to him. Because Mosun said he needed to attend an event in China, and getting the Chinese visa just because of your green passport was taking longer than necessary.
Normal. Yeah.
So
Normal.
Nigeria has dealt with so many people.
So
The
on
bad.
this note, let me ask a question. I know so many people when they, when you grow old, would you want to, retire back home in Nigeria? Because, everybody when they're like in their 80s, they're like, oh, I'm tired of America. I don't want to die in another man's land. They built one house there and then they say, let me go.
For now, I don't think I can answer that question. I don't belong to those group of people that would say, so anything could happen in the next 20, 30 years that could change whatever my mindset is today. But to me, I'm open. It could be either way. But I'm not so crazy. And I used to tell people, like people that would be telling us, oh, Ajulewa, oh,
don't forget that here, when you grow old, they take you to nursing home.
Again, it depends. Not everybody. It depends. Not everyone goes to nursing home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me quickly pause and answer people. Lagos Dragon is saying glory be to God, but it's still like giving chef kiss to Nigeria. And it says, remember all the stories you're saying. Shukoshesi says, but things are changing now. I don't know about that, Uncle Shuki.
All lot have changed, but I don't know.
I don't know about that because I just came back. Lagos Dragon will be the first person because I didn't see like things changing. Okay, so you don't know where you're going to retire. Would you pick Nigeria over another country like Dominican Republic or something to retire? Or
Of course, Nigeria. Of course, Nigeria.
Of course, Nigeria.
Of course, Nigeria.
Hey, up Nigeria.
No.
Nigeria.
Like no place like my Lagos. That's just the fact. But for now, I'm facing the present day realities. I try to stay where it's safe now. For now.
Okay. I understand.
But
so Sharon, I want to retire in Nigeria too. Yes. Yeah, right.
No.
Okay. So one thing, what's the best piece of advice would you give to, somebody coming in, a new immigrant trying to adapt and all that? Aside having something, one initial word or one creative thing, what else would you give to them?
The most important thing is whoever is going to a strange land must be prepared. Like I said, in the last couple of years, I've been preaching that gospel. And, it's always easier for those people that are already down. When they come here, they marshal everything. But people that still feels, they are this high and they find it difficult.
So I just
they find it difficult. So to me, my advice is whoever is coming here should come prepared. Coming prepared psychologically, not just all about money. And again, if you are blessed to have a resource person on ground, that's the key thing. If you are blessed to have a resource person that can, some people, they came in, and when they got into the system, they don't have information. Things that ordinarily would have taken them 2 weeks is taking them 2 years.
True.
So
True.
if you have a resource person on ground, if you have the right information, I don't think it's that bad the way they always paint it. Like, I've had a couple of people around me here, and I don't think anyone is regretting coming here.
And they were able to stabilize or adapt. They
Yes,
were able to
yes,
balance within a year because they
yes,
had you.
yes, yes. So if you have resource person on ground, if you have the right information on ground, let me say this. When my wife came in, you know, our landlord then had been here since the mid 70s,
Oh, wow.
right? But he doesn't even know what we are aware, and he's been here
So
since the
that's
70s.
what I was gonna say. That do people lose touch because their normal is now different. What they live now is different from what they used to be. As how I remember now. Maybe when I first came, I think I knew so many things. But then after you start living here, what used to be your normal changes. So then
Yes.
I think you then start to lose touch of how things are, or so you constantly have to tell yourself.
Now,
So yeah.
it's a two-way things. It's a two-way things. People have come to this country different paths, right? But I used to say to people, I'll translate this. Ẹni tó gba wájú ilé wọlé, ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tó gba ẹ̀yìnkùlé wọlé o. Ẹni tó gba ẹ̀yìnkùlé wọlé mọ̀ pé ọ̀nà méjì ló wọlé yẹn, pé ó lè gba wájú, ó lè gba ẹ̀yìnkùlé. But ẹni tó gba wájú ilé nìkan ló mọ̀. He doesn't know anything else. So some people have come in, just truly home, and that's it. They don't know any other thing. But some people, they struggle their way around the system, and by so doing, they are exposed, or they got to learn so many things. So those kind of people tends to know more. So the example I was trying to create, when my wife came in and she needs to register the kids in school, so I was communicating from Nigeria. There is also somebody from Los Angeles that was also telling her, okay, you can do this. But you won't believe it. The landlord that has been here for like 40 years didn't even know that is possible.
Oh
And
yeah, that happened to me as well.
and this man would have, give that negative vibe or misinformation to so many people, and the people he will be talking to who felt, oh, he's an authority, he's been there for 40 years, so whatever he's saying, they will think that's the way it is,
Oh, true
not
that.
knowing he doesn't know.
Yeah,
So that
true
man
that.
was surprised when my wife registered my kids in school. The guy said, he called his friend, that man is Larry, say, oh, Larry, you won't believe what has just happened. Your sister just registered her daughter in school today. You won't believe it. Never knew it's possible.
Yeah, so that happened to me too. When I was gonna register my daughter, they were like, "Oh no, the only people that can get into school here are the ones that were born here." And I'm like,
Mm-hmm,
"No, my
mm-hmm,
daughter has every right to be in school."
mm-hmm,
But of course,
mm-hmm.
it took us 2 months after even registering at school for her to start school because we didn't even know where to do what's it called, physical from.
Yes. So those are, again, those are the pathways I've walked people through. So before you come, I've told you all your child immunization record, immunization card, get it along when you are all those things. So as soon as you come, boom, the next day, boom, I take it to the school district, register. They can start school the next week.
Hmm.
So now when you settle people in that form, and most of them, they do appreciate it. Some,
That was what I was gonna ask.
it's human.
That do
It's
most of
human.
them
Some,
appreciate it?
because some people have come in and they've gotten everything, yours truly, everything was just going smoothly. So they don't really understand some things that, look, we never really had it
We
good when we
yeah
came
too.
in.
We were the
But
scapegoat. Yeah,
I don't, you don't necessarily have to go my route. If
true.
I have made a mistake,
Hmm.
I won't allow you to make the same mistake.
True, 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 true.
So
Well, I
that's
do
it.
hope people appreciate you for all that you do for them. I hope they
The
do.
most important thing is God appreciates what you are doing. That's it. And at times when people try to like say, oh, thank you, like say, look, the greatest joy I'm going to have is if you can replicate this to somebody else. Like, I've done this to you. If you can also do it to somebody else, that I would be much more happy than. Not that you get some leverage, but you can't pass it on to somebody else. No, that's not good.
Not all heroes wear capes, and that's for you. Not all heroes wear capes. Lagos Dragon is saying that a good plug and the grace of God go a long way, and it says very good points about Iwaju and Enkule. Even though I really don't understand your bars that very well, but I kind of get what you're trying to say. So it is what it is, So I think that's about the questions. Now, we always do like song association. I give you song, even though I know you like. Yeah, what's that other song you listen to? MA.
Fuji.
Yeah, Fuji. I know you like
Yes.
Fuji. I can't remember any Fuji right now.
Then I'm your master in that. So see, I'm not Gen Z, so I'm not all this Indomie generation.
No,
So
but I mean, you listen to Wizkid and all that once in a while.
it's okay, no.
MA, I don't know Fuji.
Okay,
Oh God Almighty.
okay. This guy, this guy that is late, this young Mobad.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
What do I know?
Uh-huh.
What do I know about
You see,
Mohbad now? Let me see. Let me see. Let me
uh,
see. Okay. Pariwo.
Barrio. Is that from Mubad?
Yeah.
Emiti Gbera on top, right? Is that Barrio?
I don't know Mohbad. Don't do this to me.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
supposed to give you. Okay, so somebody said backside. So give us a song by Mohbad. Backside. So Shadow said
Backside.
backside.
Backside. I may not really know the title, but at
That's
least I
actually
know
the
a couple of.
title. So I think you're supposed to get it. I can give you any other word, but
Give,
I don't know Mohbad
give
like
me
that.
another one. Or
Okay.
should I just?
No, I give you the word.
Mm,
I give you the word. I like the video, and I feel the video is popular.
it's popular, but not my person.
I'm gonna give you the video. I'm gonna give you the video. Unavailable. That's
I'm unavailable. They
Hey,
know
they
they
know
see
they
me.
see.
I'm
Hey, hey,
unavailable.
hey,
They know
hey.
they see me.
See?
Yeah.
That's
I think I know
it.
that. But
Let me
it's
give
not my
you one.
thing.
Somebody says to give you
Let me
Burna Boy,
let me give
Soldier.
you let me give you one. Let me give you one Fuji.
I'm the hostess. You can't give me. You want to give me Fuji? You want to give me Fuji? I will now know.
Yeah.
Okay, try me.
No,
Try me. Let me hear. Try me. Give me some.
let me just help your ministry. Adeoriokin.
Uh-uh.
That's common.
Hey, Adeori Oki. Adeori Oki. Hey, God. I can't remember the one. Hey.
Orido
Adeori Oki.
Oridowo Oridowo.
Onídòwò onídòwò.
Hey, here you come. Oh, yeah, here you come.
Onídòwò onídọ̀là ló
Ló
jẹ́
jẹ́
mọ́pẹ́dá.
mọ́pẹ́ wá.
I
Iṣẹ́
can sing along,
bá ti
Remy.
lálùbáríkà, ọpẹ́ ló yẹ kẹ́rù dá o. Orin dowó, orin dọ́là
Dollar.
ló jẹ́ mọ́pẹ́ wá.
I know. I knew you had to sing Fuji.
Yes,
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming today. It was fun. It was
the
enlightening. I
pleasure is
like
all
your
mine.
positivity. It's amazing. Please don't stop what you've been doing, the help you've been giving people. I really appreciate it. I give you your flowers 1,001%. I appreciate you. Don't stop. And you already know you're my mentor in real estate. So, kudos to you. Thank you
Bíbí rẹ̀
very
má
much.
pa mí náà.
That-
Mẹ́tọ̀ báwo. Mẹ́tọ̀
And on
báwo.
that note, I really appreciate today because I know it's Ramadan
Yeah,
and you could be doing something else. You could be sleeping, praying, and you took that time to come, talk to us. So I
yeah.
appreciate you. Thank you
Thank
so much. We hope
you.
to
Thank
bring
you for
you
having me.
to
Thank
bring
you
you
for
back
having me. The
one more
pleasure
time.
is all mine.
All right.
Sure. I'll be more than available for you. Always.
Yay! Thank you, guys.
Regards to
Thank you very
Tony.
much for staying today. I appreciate you guys. I will see you next week Sunday. All right. My JAPA Story series. See you next
Yeah,
week Sunday.
bye.
Thank you, MA. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you, Bibi.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Lagos Lagos says MA should sing one Fuji for us now. You already did now. You want to give us some more for the road? One for the road? I can hear Nikki Candy's voice there.
I don't even know. It's so many.
So many.
I don't even know what to say now.
It's alright. It's alright. It's okay. It's
Let
okay.
me sing this popular Yuba hit song.
Mm-hmm. That Ayuba.
Yeah, àníjó fújì láàrin ẹ lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ kẹ́ máa rá ẹ lè wà ọ́ sáǹdì kẹ́
Outstanding,
máa jó
Kemajo.
orin tákátá gbọ́ tó tẹ́wọ́ jó
Hey.
tíjẹ̀bù gbọ́ tó tẹ́wọ́ jó bìtìkó
Jabuna.
gbọ́ ó tẹ́wọ́ jó wọ́n ní wọn ò lọ́nà méjì kan
Hey.
àfijó fújì
Come on.
rẹpẹtẹ lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ kẹ́ máa rá
Hey.
níbi rẹ̀ ó dàrọ̀.
Outstanding. Kemajo. Okay, thank you, Eme. I
All
appreciate
right,
it.
bye.
Bye. Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me.
God bless you.
You
Bye.
too.